Hello to lovely YouTube. We're going to choose one of these cards. What am I hearing from you? Give me a number. Am I hearing the number 9? I think I probably am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then this one's jumped out. What do we think? Number 9. I'll do that one next. The sword. I'll do that one next. I'll do this one. Oh, the Venom. We might as well get it over with. Let's get it over with, shall we? It's quite possibly the ugliest card in this pack. What does it mean? Can't mean anything good, can it? For the Venom. Oh dear. Venom. Much to our dismay, the Venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily, however, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the Venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. Self-realisation through suffering. Okay, I don't like this card, I have to say, so I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to do a couple of cards for each elephant. The green, the red, the pink, the lilac and the spiritual. So I'm not happy about it, but I will do it. Let's see, where is the area that can be cleansed? I mean, obviously, everyone can be improved, right? We're all feeling, none of us are feeling perfect because we wouldn't be human if we were, right? That is the truth of it, isn't it? So let's just open one area for each elephant to see where the angels would like us to improve our sense of self, to improve what we're doing and who we are, shall we? That's the area that needs improving. Okay, that's the angel card, because I know there's nothing particularly unpleasant or nasty in the angel cards. And then how are we going to do it, or what is holding us back from doing it? Why haven't we done it already? Often I think the reasons why we don't clear up our toxic parts because we're not aware that they're there, right? Often we mix with other people who are a similar sort of toxic, right? So we have to put each other up. We have to make each other aware of what we're doing, because otherwise, what good are we being to friends and people around us if we're not helping them to identify areas they need to improve, right? Let's start with the green elephant, shall we? The one that's loving my new elephant. The loving elephant, freedom. Okay, what is happening here? What has Venom got to do with freedom? Are you feeling a little bit restricted? Are you valuing freedom and your freedom over other people and what other people want? Nothing else. Look at this. And the way look at this. Can you even believe this? This question is, the question for this card is, what do you have to do to improve that? And the answer you've got is nothing. Venom. So you have to answer this question for yourself, dear green elephant. Let me open you another one because I don't know, I don't understand what's happened here. The Venom, the green elephant, what's come up is freedom. So is freedom your enemy? Is having nothing to do? Is not having enough structure? Is not having enough goals or deadlines? You know, like when freedom, if you have too much freedom and too much time, you don't get anything done because you're procrastinating, right? So is that the issue here for you, dear loving elephant? If you have too much time, you don't focus yourself and put your own goals in. Rebirth. It's time to rethink that, isn't it? It's time to think about who you want to be. and how you want to be. And unfortunately, you've got the freedom to do that. And for you, that's a negative because you're having trouble with this decision making and knowing which is the right way to go and who's the right person to be and what's the right thing to do. Okay, little red elephant, how are you affected by the venom? Listening. That suggests to me you're not listening. Okay, do you listen in your relationships? Are you listening to your higher self? When you hear nudges and instincts, and that makes perfect sense to me, that someone who's wrapped up in their physical self wouldn't necessarily listen even to their own hunches. And we can all be better listeners, can't we? But often people who are so absorbed in their life, they often are unable to listen to friends and people around them. And understanding, and that's the goal, okay, to try and understand other people. So when you're wrapped up in your little bubble, your venom is that you can become self-absorbed and introspective to the point where, you know, you're just living in your own little bubble and you're not listening because you're not even attempting to understand people who do have a more spiritual little processes going on and feelings. And so a goal, if you wanted to undo the venom for your own life, would be to focus on being in the moment more. So when you're listening to someone, that's what you're doing. You're attempting to understand things from their point of view. You're not waiting to speak about your stuff, thinking about your stuff. Okay, thanks for listening. Okay, little psychic person, little you're mentally focused elephant. So when you look at the world, you look at it through the eyes of your thoughts, create your reality. And your venom is, look at this, you need to study something new. Healing, perfect. Okay, that's fantastic, isn't it? It's learning about healing. Your venom is that you're not learning as much as you could be. And a way to heal your venom, healing aspect of that, is to study around it. Studying around the thinking that you're doing. Something new to study, clearing your mind out so you've got room to learn something new. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I love the card. I love the healing cards coming up, which says there's definitely an area that needs healing and you've got something to learn about. That's great because that leads to positive self-growth as well when you're learning something new. Thanks for watching. Okay, little white elephant. What's the area that you need to clean up? Body care. Oh, that's great. I love that for the fact that this is the spiritual elephant. The person who lives in the spiritual world can often forget that their little physical vehicle needs help. Your little physical vehicle needs feeding and watering and exercising and taking care of and looking after. And this is your downfall, not looking after yourself as much as you could. And awareness, that's perfect for the white elephant, isn't it? The awareness card, the self-awareness and the awareness of what you're doing in your life. And that is the venom, that's the dark side, is there's a lot of action happened without an awareness of it. So you've sort of skipped through the physical needs of your own person and your own body. You've brought in the spirituality at the expense of your physical nature and your physical experience. And this card's asking you to just become more aware of that, more aware of what you're actually doing with yourself. Thanks for watching. Okay, little pink elephant. What is your venom? It's like, what is your kryptonite? Oh, divine guidance. Wow. Being the outsider. Okay. So this is a very difficult combination because for a beautiful little romance-loving person to be thinking that their divine guidance is a downside makes me think about limerence. You know, when people live in a dream world, that their romantic partner is just that person that gave them a like on Instagram 3 years ago and they're just watching in at their life and actually it's not real. This would make perfect sense for the romance-loving person. Just check that whatever it is that you're thinking about and dreaming of, you do actually have access to it and it's real. And not to live in the daydream of thinking, no, this is fate, this is destiny, this is meant to happen, when actually you're completely locked out and you're looking in at something which is not available to you. Okay, so, and this card often asks you to, instead of looking at the people that are closing you out or not interested, turn around and find people who are interested in you. Instead of looking for who isn't there, look for someone who is. Thanks for watching.